Yo, it's your boy Pat here. Today, we're going to be talking about what comes after Tekken 8. Now, we have every reason to be excited about Tekken 8. All right? And I'm going to do a video on that maybe in the next few days. But this video is about Tekken, the Omega Wars. Okay? So, at the conclusion of Tekken 8, no spoilers, I'm not going to go into what happens at the end of Tekken 8. But that battle will unleash the forces that will rip through space and time as we know it in the Tekken world. All right? That will cause other properties and other instances. No, can we call it instances? I don't know what you're gonna call it. I guess other properties. All right, other properties will come into the Tekken world. All right, you thought that it was over with Tekken 7. You was feeling a little okay in Tekken 8, but Tekken the Omega Wars will unleash the power of the Mishimas. Now, we got to look at it from a technical standpoint first, okay? So Tekken Tag 2, it was hard. It was very difficult. It was a difficult game for us mere mortals. I mean, I know you godlike players out there. It was a piece of cake, okay? Look, man, get y'all 200 characters. Y'all ready to rock and roll. Y'all know how to punish. Look, punny is on crisp, okay? Movement is on godlike, so... But for us mere mortals, us one danners, first danners, it was hard. It was still fun, but it was hard. Now Tekken 7, it fixed that problem with the assisted mode, and I believe that it's called assisted. It might be labeled something else, but that really that helped, far as if this was Tekken Tag 3 and you had that mode. So now you just learn your one character, right? And then you have your assisted mode that's going to help with some of the heavy work of that second character. Now, Tekken the Omega Wars will have 3. It will be 3-on-3 Tekken action, but with this assisted system, it will make it easier for people, regular beginners, to be able to hop in and to play the game. Now, when we talk about characters, we got to say, all right, now who is in this? Who's going to be in this? We're going to have the whole roster of Tekken. You have the whole Tekken roster, all the way from 1 through 8. All of them are in there. Bosses, just everybody. Everybody's in there. And then you have Fatal Fury, right? Because Tekken Omega Wars is going to revitalize or come out in time for the Fatal Fury franchise. Okay, so you're gonna have Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, Joe Higashi, right? And you're gonna have some bosses. You're gonna have, of course, you're gonna have Geese. Geese will return, and 2 of his henchmen. Now, I feel like Billy Khan, and what's the old guy who turns into the monster? That would, or turn like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde effect, right? That would be a good, like, even if you did that with Gigas, right? If you merged Gigas, just imagine you was playing Wang, right? So you're playing Wang, and then when you get down to the very bottom of your health, or however they choose to integrate this feature, then you turn into Gigas, and you get those, you get that Gigas effect, right? That would be fire. Okay, and I know some of y'all thinking, no. All right, that's why we have Tekken 8, and we have Tekken 9 and 10 and 11. For you purists who just want, look, I just want a clean, as true to a fighting game that I can have, which I love that. That was one of the main things that I loved about the Tekken franchise. But Tekken 7, I think that we all can agree that Tekken 7 is like what are they? Not a linchpin, but it's that missing link between Tekken and something new. Tekken 7 is something new. It's the creation, and that's why I feel like Tekken the Omega Wars is going to be so awesome, because it's going to build on the legacy of Tekken 7 and take that to the next level. So you have 3-on-3 Tekken, you have canceling. So you have canceling, you have people with weapons, you got weapons, you have this merging. So, and we'll get into this on my Tekken 8 video about Jin, my vision for Jin moving forward, Jin and Kazuya, because I mean they kind of have it with Kazuya a little bit. It's not a lot, but they have it to where, okay, Kazuya can change into devil form based off of energy, right? Now, Tekken, the Omega Wars, both of them, Kazuya and Jin, will be in max mode. Like they're going to see their full potential. So it's on the fly now, okay? And but you're gonna have the energy in the far as the team to be able to carry that. So, all right, if Kazuya can just change into devil mode, he's just ultra strong, he's doing all this stuff, but you got 3 guys going up against him, right? And of course he has 2 other guys with him, but depending on your team, depending on how you put together and assemble your team, will maybe that can affect your health and like what is it, virality and things like that. So they can definitely work it, but you gotta have some cheese in there, okay? Everybody's not gonna be happy, and that's just the way it is. Get over it, all right? You can play Tekken the Omega Wars 2. Wait for that one. But we're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have SNK, right? Because SNK is gonna be relaunching the Fatal Fury franchise, coincide with the Tekken Omega Wars. Then you're gonna have Street Fighter. Of course, you got Akuma. I want to see Akuma in Tekken 8. Like I said, I'm gonna save my Tekken 8. I've done a video already, but I'm gonna do a new video, and it's just gonna be on the hybrids, because I think that's what Tekken 8, that's what it's gonna have. That's what's gonna make Tekken 8 different, but also the same, as so it can still flow in the Tekken world, far as 5, because 5 is, second, 6 and 7 in Tekken Tag 2, all of that was like an evolution of 5, right? Where we can just say 5 was just a return back to Tekken 3 or Tekken Tag 2, right? I mean, Tekken Tag. So all of that is all in the same vein. But the hybrid system, I feel like that is what's going to give it its new feel, but also it's still the same, right? It's still evolving in the Tekken world, but at the same time, it's not, people are not like, man, this is just too cartoony, because like I said, Tekken, the greatness of it was it's close to realness as far as the style and the movement and the giant characters, right? We could say like Virtua Fighter 3 and so forth, right? Like those type of things. I mean, that's what was awesome, and that's what separated from like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So Tekken, like I said, we're gonna get into the 8, but right now we're talking about Tekken the Omega Wars, aka Tekken Tag 3. All right, like I said, we're gonna have Street Fighter characters, so we're gonna have some Capcom properties. We're gonna have SNK properties. We're gonna have Nintendo. Remember, Nintendo and Bandai Namco, they came together for that Tekken Tag 2 on it wasn't the Switch. What game system was that? I cannot think of that, the Nintendo system, but it was the precursor to the Switch, right? So they came together for that. So for this, now that, the fight between Jin and Kazuya has ripped through the fabric of space and time, opening up paths for all the different branches and franchise to actually put some characters in and get some skin in the game. And also this will give Bandai Namco, a chance to create a new property, right? Because people want that team to create another game. So, like Tekken 7 was so revolutionary with adding those 2D characters and showing that it could work. Now, Tekken Cross Street Fighter is too small. It's too small of a game. Like the Tekken world, the Tekken playground is just too great for only Capcom properties. No. We want everybody in here. Okay? We want Guilty Gear. We want DNF. I mean, look, we want Blaze Blue. Like whoever you can get in this Tekken world, we want to see them in like a fantasy all-out brawl. Every man for theyself. Who's gonna win the Omega Wars? All right. So, like I said, this game is gonna come out after Tekken 8, and it's gonna revolve around the battle between Jin and Kazuya, and restoring balance and getting these fighters back to their dimensions, to their parallel worlds, while also giving Bandai Namco a chance to create a new property that lives independently and concurrent with Tekken. So Tekken and the Omega Wars and that property that branches off, so you can get new characters, you can get 2D fighting, you can get canceling, you can just get 2D/3D, really leading the way. Because I feel like Tekken 7, that's what it did. It showed, because like, what is it, Street Fighter, 3D Street Fighter, what is it, the EX series? The first one, it was all right. It looked good. I'm talking about back when it first came out, right? It looked good. It played. We had games like Battle Arena Toshinden. Those games, they looked good, right? And they played well for the time, but Tekken was always more refined. It was always more elegant, right? And I feel like Tekken 7 showed the world. It showed the world that that Bandai Namco can do a 3D Street Fighter game, and it's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best game, right? They can do 3D SNK, they can do Mortal Kombat. Like, they can do all of these games in their engine, in their world, and they're gonna be far more superior than what you're playing right now. Like, it's gonna take those games to the next level. And when you bring in those 2D elements into Tekken, it takes Tekken to the next level. But are we really ready for that? Right? Now, the purists, you Tekken gods, are gonna say, no, man, that's not Tekken. And that's okay. And that's why Tekken, the Omega Wars, will live and be successful, because it's not gonna be Tekken, right? But it's gonna be Tekken. It's gonna be a place where, boom, I mean, you're getting the best of all the worlds. And like I said, it's gonna be 3-on-3 action. You're gonna have assisted help, so therefore you don't have to worry about, man, this game is just too big, it's just too much for us to learn. No, you can still have fun. I want you guys to think of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, right? For me, it's 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for me is the pinnacle of the Marvel vs. Capcom games, right? You can think of SNK versus Street Fighter, those type of games. I mean, those games were they were just like a fanfare. This was for the fans, and I feel like Tekken the Omega Wars will be for the fans, and it will give Bandai Namco a chance to branch off and do another series, to do another property. And I feel like, that one is going to be, because, like I said, it is AKA Tekken Tag 3, right? It is AKA Tekken Tag 3. They're rebranding Tekken Tag 3 to put out this just super hype, kick-ass, exciting tag game in the 3D world, done right, the way it's supposed to be, the way that Tekken Tag 2 should have been, and it would have been if Tekken Tag 2 had the support that Tekken 7, far as updating and just rebalancing and fixing. And that's one of the things, like, just moving forward, we're going to see in Tekken 8, we're going to see them fixing Tekken 8. So the Tekken 8 that comes out in 2023 or 2024, right? Whatever year that it comes out in, which you figure what it'll probably be announced maybe in December, maybe because I know they have something coming up where people feel like it's going to be announced there, but I feel like it's going to be announced during the Tekken World Tour finals. But either way, I feel like, okay, we're going to get an announcement, and then it'll probably drop either in the fall, so it'll drop next fall 23, or in the spring of 24, right? So we're going to get that. And as far as the gameplay, like I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm not even going to talk about Tekken 8 because, like I said, I want it to be a hybrid and a integrated game, right? Because that's what happens in real fighting. When fighters know each other, they share techniques. So these fighters know each other. They've been fighting with each other for so long, right? So there needs to be sharing of techniques between certain characters, right? And those moves shouldn't be as strong because just like Street Fighter 3, what was the guy's name? The basketball player. I can't even think of his name. But like his moves wasn't as strong as like they just weren't, right? And we look at Dan back when he first dropped, so he was like the weakest Shotokan fighter. So, those are some of the things I want to see in Tekken 8, but we'll get into that. Right now, we're talking about Tekken, the Omega Wars, aka Tekken Tag 3. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be delicious.